All right, so we already, we're already going to post an Auburn video on the channel. But Alex Golesh, man, I mean, this entire Auburn thing, I think it's the right, and I'm not blaming Alex at all. So fans that are panicking at Auburn about Deuce Knight, I think Deuce Knight might even hurt, like it could even hurt more than Cam Coleman, because imagine if you went Bynum Brown to then a 5-star quarterback in Deuce Knight. But Cam Coleman's going to probably play one more year of college ball, and if he stays healthy, he'll probably be a first-round wide receiver. So Cam Coleman enters into the portal. And for Auburn, right now they're trying to kind of figure out like this football team. You also are losing like Cedric Falk, who's probably going to be a top 15 pick, who's a monster at defensive end. I'm not sure exactly who they are losing from their defense, but you're going to have Bynum Brown, so you might be pretty solid. Cam Coleman's going to be worth $2.5 million. He's going to be the top wide receiver in this market. And I'm sure that Golesh wants to build, kind of a newer offense, and I don't really blame Cam Coleman. I even think he's going to make in the high twos and maybe even $3 million. And right now, the two Texas schools are very involved in his recruiting. You have Texas and Texas A&M. So Texas, I believe that you have Ryan Wingo, who's on the outside for Arch Manning. DeAndre Moore, one of their wide receivers, is heading to the portal, and their entire running back crew, Weiser, Baxter, they're all in the portal. But Arch Manning showed a ton of promise at the end of last year. He was hitting throws in rhythm. This is a guy that played great against Vanderbilt, tore them up, and then against A&M, he shined in the second half. This is going to be somebody that's going to be a top 4 or top 3 choice for the Heisman. He might even be the Heisman favorite next year, him and Julian Sayin. And you get Steve Sarkisian, and you get this offense with a defense of Will Muschamp. They are a national championship contender. So if I am Cam Coleman, I am 1,000% choosing Texas, because you have Sark, you have Arch Manning at quarterback. Now, A&M is also considered in this race. It's a 2-horse race right now for Coleman. A&M has a lot of money to offer. They have a really good quarterback themselves in Marcel Reed, who I can compare to Arch Manning. I think Marcel had a tremendous year. Now, he did lose to Texas. He did lose at the end of the year to Miami. He had some shaky throws, but overall, very explosive offense, had a tremendous comeback against Notre Dame, went to Missouri and balled out. I mean, 11-0. They won 11-0, and then they lost their final 2 games. So Marcel's an absolute stud. He's going to be top 5 in Heisman voting as well for next year. He's very mobile. He could be just as good of an NFL prospect to me as Arch. His upside is even higher in terms of his mobility. He's just so fast. He's clutch in big moments. But if I were Cam Coleman, I would decide to go to Texas because of the Sark factor. Sark has been around Julio Jones. Sark has been around like some unbelievable Alabama receivers. His receivers at USC were outstanding. And then, of course, the Atlanta Falcons. I think he was also around Smith, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle. He's been around receivers with every kind of skill set. So you get Sark calling plays with Arch. And you look at the end of the Marcel Reed experience in 2025, it was very shaky. And now a very good offensive coordinator in Colin Klein is going to Manhattan, Kansas. He's going to Kansas State. And you're leaving now a first-time play caller in Holman Wiggins, who could be a really good play caller, but it's his first time calling plays compared to Steve Sarkisian. I'm taking Sark every single time without hesitation. All right? So we have no idea how the A&M offense is going to be. You have Elko, who's a defensive coach. Jay Bateman also leaves to go to Kentucky with Will Stein. So there's a lot of transition in the coaching staff. I'm definitely picking Texas, 1,000% here. It's a great fit. You have Wingo. You have Cam Coleman. You could go out with Arch and try to win a national championship. I think that they would be one of the big favorites. So I believe Coleman and Texas makes a ton of sense. For Auburn, this is just a part of it. New coach coming in there. And Cam Coleman, in his 1 year, he wants to play with a guy. He wants to play with more of a proven player. And no offense maybe to Bynum Brown or even Deuce Knight, but Arch Manning right now, I would take over those quarterbacks in a 1-year scenario for sure. In a 1-year setting, the way that he ended the year. I believe Deuce Knight's going to need some time. Bynum Brown going up a level to a conference. Tons of turmoil at Auburn with Cam Coleman in the past couple of years. It makes sense for a fresh start. All righty, guys. Thanks for watching.